Alright, Shalom. Shalom. I want to give all praise and honor and glory to Yahweh, by Hashem, YahWHAWAII, by Hashem, Wahab. I say double honor to the apostles and the elders at Great Millstone for teaching his word in truth and sincerity and for ruling well. And salutations to my fellow Akim across the four corners of the globe, preaching and prophesying in the name of Yahweh, by Hashem, YahWHAWAII. It is the brother Gabar Yahweh, Dr. GMSHAWAII, coming to you with another quick live lesson. It's an in transit video, and the title of the lesson is Decorum. Now, I had that idea floating in my head for a while, you know, the spirit just had it be revisited. I'm watching the video with Bishop Elder Manatazat, okay, and I think his page is I gotta remember his page, and if not, I'll post it in the description after I'm done. Hit the name of his page. But I want to say Jacob at work, but I think it's something else. But anyway, long story short, you know, he's going in the video and he was speaking about decorum without saying the word decorum. Okay, and the decorum is behavior that is given as a standard, you know, to do what's right, you know, and it goes to proprietary too, which is the same thing. It's basically given good behavior as a standard, man. You know, when we go out there to the highways and hedges, we're supposed to present ourselves, one, as a living sacrifice unto Yahweh Bashim YahWHAWAII. And you know, if you read the scriptures, you know that Yahweh Bashim YahWHAWAII didn't take anything. You couldn't just sacrifice any and everything to Yahweh Bashim YahWHAWAII. It had to be at a certain place, and like the scripture, it had to be a certain way. It had to be a certain type of sacrifice. You know, like when you do the Passover, the lamb in the ancient world, the lamb was a year old with no blemishes, and you had to watch this lamb all throughout the year to make sure that it was a worthy enough sacrifice. All right. And when we go out there to the highways and hedges, you know, and even when we're doing these sit downs and we're speaking to each other, and I speak as a young man in the truth, you know, I'm not over nobody except, you know, the men that the Lord gave me to look after, you know, and even then I'm not lording over them brothers. I'm just telling you that this is coming from a younger brother who listen to the word daily, you know, and I'm always constantly trying to examine myself to make sure I'm in the faith, man. You know, because it's all manners of things Satan can use to try to get you up out of here, you know, and not having proper decorum can be an issue that gets you put out of here, man. You know, have you alienated from the brotherhood, from the body, because you just can't get right. And you can look up the word decorum, D-E-C-O-R-U-M, decorum, for yourselves, and you see what that definition says. Okay, and Elder Manatazat, Elder Bishop Elder Manatazat, he was saying that, like, you know, when you go out to the camp, you just can't be showing up like anything. You know, brothers are speaking and reading, and you chewing gum, or you wearing a do-rag. I remember years ago, you know, there was a guy, he was put out, this dude came to not to our camp, but he came to a camp with pajama pants on. And the apostles wasn't having that, man. Because, you know, like in the world, you just get up and go. You just get up and go. You don't think about your dress code. There's no dress code in the world. You just get up and go. You put any old everything on, and you just show up. You go to work with slippers, and women go there with bonnets on, and you go to Walmart with pajamas on. Well, you can't do that in this truth. You know what I'm saying? We don't even wear a short. We live in Hawaii. But guess what? When we come to camp like we're going to work. Because we are going to work. It's a lot about the lag. Sometimes when I'm driving, I hit a dead spot. But the point of the matter is, it's about decorum. It's about having a proper way of doing things. When I was in the military, we had proper, what they call it, we had proper decorum. We had protocols. And in the truth, we have protocol, because are we not in the military? We're in YahWHAWAII's military. Okay, we're all soldiers. And when you go to work, you just don't show up to work with dressed like anything, with any old attitude, with an attitude that's not fit to work. Because the name of Elder Bishop Elder's video, it said, "Don't take your hand off the plow." You know, and there's a lot of shit that's going on right now that's trying to filter the brothers away from Yahweh Shema. As Yahweh Shai said, none of Yahweh Shai is going to get taken out of his hand, roughly paraphrasing, save for the son of perdition. So if we truly are Yahweh Shai, we're going to be protected, we're going to be saved, we're going to be guarded. But doesn't mean that you're not going to be going through things to make you do a self-examination, man. And I'm speaking to myself first before I speak to anybody. What I'm saying is, you know, this lesson is just a lesson on decorum. And what had me thinking about this a few weeks ago was that whole situation with those, I think, Fobi. They were arguing, cussing each other out on a live, man. You know, talking about, they claimed they were joking about adultery, and that showed the lack of decorum. That whole thing, that whole setup showed the lack of decorum, because you will never, you know, through the spirit and power of Yahweh, you will never see brothers of great millstone speaking to each other that way, acting that way, doing each other that way. You know, because we have a healthy fear of Yahweh Shai. And likewise, if you have a healthy fear of Yahweh Shai, you're not just going to try to sacrifice yourself looking and being like anything. You got to be cognizant of your actions in and out of the truth. When you in the world and you dealing with people, we can't just spaz off and go crazy. Again, speak to myself before I speak to you, brothers. I've been there before. Because you gonna get a body, a bad look. Look at you outside, you in a store, you don't agree with the merchant, and you start spazzing, whooping his ass, just acting crazy. That's not proper decorum, man. There's a way to handle things. There's a way to do things. And in the truth, it's the same, it's no different. Okay, in the truth, there's no different. You're supposed to always practice decorum amongst each other. And that don't just go from when you outside on Sunday, when we go out on Sundays, when you go outside on any day that y'all go to camp, it also go in your private life too, man. There's a certain way that we supposed to do things and handle ourselves and be. Okay, there's a scripture that says, I can't type it right now because I'm driving, but I know there's a scripture that says, give no appearance of evil. You know, we're not supposed to get that kind of appearance. Hey, this man is already lucky about the lag. Something fault, but Slocky about that. This man is going to use any effort he can to try to deviate the elect, which that's not going to happen. But he's going to try. He's going to use any and everything he can to demonize the elect. You know, all kinds of things. So these are things we got to be cognizant of, circumspect. We got to be circumspect always, man. Not only on the things outside, but on the things within. You know, really on the things within, man, because like Elder Apostle Bar always tell us, hey, we're our worst enemy, man. Ourselves, man. You got to look at yourself in the mirror. And that's where that examination come in at. You know? That's examining. We're professional people. So we got to be professional. Now, sometimes our speech may get a little rough and raw, but nonetheless, we're still professionals, man. And you have to remember that when you show up to work, you don't just show, you shouldn't be showing up with your hair all disheveled, your clothes all crazy, your uniform halfway on. You should have a uniform. You know? I know that Apostle Hart told us years ago that we're not allowed to wear ripped jeans, especially to camp. We're not allowed to wear ripped jeans or pajamas to camp or shorts to camp. Why? Because there's a standard, you know, and it all goes back to the scriptures. You can filter everything we do through the scriptures, man. You know, so having proper decorum is the objective. Let me see. Yeah. And Shalom to Akim. That's on a comment board. The brother had posted up something. I'm trying to see if I can read it. I guess it's a scripture, but he took he went to the blue letter and got it. Abstain from all appearance of evil, man. Yeah, because like a few weeks ago, you know, that Volpe dudes, they weren't doing that, man. They were in their way, man. And they looked evil, they were acting evil. And because they don't know, they not in the understanding. You know, like Elder Manatazar was saying in the video, man, we're new men. We're new men. We're not the old men anymore. We're not dumb anymore. Okay, and we have to understand that. We have to understand that we are newborn creatures. And being newborn creatures, we can't do the things that we did in the past. Because those things that we did in the past were detrimental to us, man, always. They were always detrimental to us. The way we reacted to things, overly emotional. As men, acting overly emotional, doing what we want, showing up when we want to show up. You know, that ain't how it works, man. When you go out to the camp, we got to be ready to work. When you at home in your life, you got to be ready to work. And there should be always something that's sparking your spiritual mindset to be able to edify. Or I can edify using this. Like I was watching the elders video, and it just made me say, oh, decorum. So let me do a lesson while I'm driving to work. So hopefully that brothers that's listening and watching can get some understanding about decorum. You know? I wish I had my other phone here. I could look it up, but I don't. But yeah, man, decorum, man, it's just proper behavior. That's what it is. And when you boil it down, it's proper behavior. And we all know what's acceptable behavior and what's not acceptable behavior. And we should apply that to ourselves when we're doing this work as we grow and mature in this faith, man. You know, we can't be out here like niggas in the world argue with each other with no respect, and they'll say anything to cut each other, and that's really come from living around a whole bunch of women. Women do that. They find a way to emotionally get you emotionally disturbed with anything. Like there's nothing off the table when they're arguing with you, or when they're mad or frustrated with you, or emotionally entangled. You know, that shit is off, man. We're men, and the scripture tells us in I think it's 2 Timothy or 1 Timothy, I believe it's 2 Timothy. It says, "Thou therefore bear," roughly paraphrasing, "bear with hardness," you know, because Yahushua chose us to be soldiers, man. We gotta therefore endure hardness, man, as a good soldier of Yahushua, of Yahushua, who chose us to be soldiers, man. And we're being made hard. You know, when you join the white man's army, bro, they got standards, man. They had them. They used to. You know, they used to have standards. When you go to boot camp, you ain't wearing your clothes that you was wearing in the world. You got a uniform, and you put that on. And they told you what to eat, when to eat, where to eat, what time to eat, how much to eat. All of that became your new life, man. No TV, no video games, no, back when I was coming up, no cell phones, none of that stuff, none of that shit. All that shit got thrown in the closet. Your life in the world got thrown in the closet. And after you passed the military test, then they started giving you some of those things back. They started reintegrating some of those things that you had back. But guess what stood the test of time? That military training. You had drill sergeant say, give me 8 weeks with this soldier. I'll turn him into a soldier, man. 8 weeks with this person, or 11 weeks or 9 weeks with this person, and I'll turn them into a soldier, man. Somebody that take orders, man. Somebody that execute orders. Well, we're going through the same thing in this truth, man. Isn't it, like Elder Pastor used to get that analogy a lot, man. When you join a white man's army, you know, you do certain things. Well, how much more when we join the army of Yahushua, man? There's certain things we got to take consideration of, and you have to change. You have to change, man, because being the same doesn't work. Trying to bring the world into the truth, trying to rationalize the world with the truth, that shit don't work, man. That shit don't work. You see it on the small scale when Jake try to bring that rap shit. into the faith, man. Like, that shit just don't work. You know what I'm saying? We don't need to do that. We got a standard. Let us live by that standard, man. And YahWAHI is the standard. YahWAHI he's an excellent, perfect standard. Then he built the apostles up, and they become standards, man. Men that died in his faith, man. All of them died in the faith, man. Okay, except for one. All of them were executed for the faith, man. Except for John, because he had to get he got the last revelations, which would be in the book of Revelation, man. You see? So we have to understand that, like, we have a set standard. We're not like these people in the world, bro. We ain't like them, and they not like us. And you feel it, man. You try to have a conversation with Jake, man, it'd be weird, man. Even if you try, but like, it just be weird, man, because they're not on the same wavelength, and we're not on the same wavelength. It's like Morpheus told Neo that anybody that's not in this truth is a potential agent, man. Anybody that's not in this body, they're a potential agent, man. And they set up to take your mind off of your mission. And an excellent portrayal of that is when Neo was watching a woman with the red dress. She looked fine as hell. But then he said, take another look. And he turned around, there was a gun to his head. It was an agent with a gun to his head, man. And Neo's first reaction was, oh. And then when Morpheus said, freeze, you know? But that's to get you to understand. You know, you got some Jake that come in the truth that want to purposely give the body an ill name because they may be agents themselves, man. You know, so you got to be cognizant of these things. You got to be cognizant of your behavior. You got to be cognitive of your work ethic. You got to be cognitive of your spirit. There's a scripture in Ecclesiastes that says, any man that ruleth not over his spirit is like a town with no walls. Roughly paraphrasing, man. That too, we can't be out there wilding out. Jake see us get in the spirit every now and again, and we raise our voices and start cussing Jake out, or Esau out. And you think that's the spirit you're supposed to have all the time when you're at camp. And I'm speaking from experience. That's not good. Over talking one another, not letting a man speak. And the scriptures tell us what? Interrupt not a man in his speech. Not to interrupt a man in his speech, man. I've been there. I had to learn the hard way. That's not the good way to do things. Why? Because we have a decorum here in Great Millstone, man. I don't know what them dudes do over there in them other camps, but that ain't what we do over here. You know, let a man speak first. Hey, the scriptures tell us, hear the whole matter, then judge, man. You know, Jay got a habit when he's speaking, we start cutting each other off and jumping over. Hey, look, service God. Hey, that's a spirit, man. Y'all, I don't think y'all can see it. My camera a little fludge. But this person's license plate says service God or service the Most High, man. And there's a certain way that you serve the Lord, man. Because we don't want to be like these people in the world, man. We should not be trying to be like these people. Them people trying to be like us. For real, for real. They're trying to have the brotherhood that we have. They're trying to have the sincerity that we have. They're trying to, but they're mimicking it in a messed up way. So it's not working for them. Yeah, that person's license plate says service the Most High, man. Well, there's a certain type of way that you serve the Most High, man. You just can't do what you want. You can't be what you want. You got to serve the Lord in a particular way, in a particular manner. Because the Most High is very particular, man. YahWAHI is very particular, man. You know, when you go out to camp, be ready to work. When you come home and you do them lessons, be ready to work. Make sure that these lessons are edifying, man. We're not trying to just put videos up for shock value, man. You know, make sure the lesson can feed somebody and then somebody can learn from it, and then they can move on and teach others, man. You know, I want to be saved, bro. I don't know about you. I believe you do, but I want to get the fuck out of here, bro. we're not gonna get out of here acting like niggas and being niggas and having nigga tendencies. And it's a constant, evolution of growth in this faith, man. That's something too I'm learning. I have learned. I'll continue to learn every day. It's a evolution of learning. You know, you learn and you read, man. That's why we can go back through the scriptures and it's like, man, that's like the first time you read them. Brothers bring out, elders, apostles, brothers bring out scriptures that we may not even heard of, which shows us that we must continue to stay focused and remain focused in the truth, man, on His word, man. Even if you heard the scripture, you done hit it with a highlighter, and then the elder apostles or the elder apostles or the bishop elders will bring something out, or the brothers bring something out, and you revisiting that, you got a whole nother perspective of that particular scripture you may have went over, man. That's why the scripture tells us to what? Study to show thyself approved, man. A workman that needeth not be ashamed, rightfully dividing the word of truth. Rightfully dividing the word of truth. And it all goes back to decorum, bro. You know, Bishop Elder Menachis was speaking about, you know, chewing gum. You know, brothers is reading and you just sitting there chopping along. Now, there's always medical reasons for certain things, man, but come on, man. That's not proper decorum. Even when you talk on a microphone, we don't use microphones, but people tell you don't chew the gum because of the feedback, man. So the person got to spit the gum out. You know, people that's media trained will tell you that. I'm not media trained, I'm just saying. People that I see the people in Breakfast Club, they do that, or they used to some of their guests, man. And some of their guests will be chewing gum while they're in a microphone, and that feedback, the microphone will pick all that stuff up, and it doesn't make for a good interview, man. You know, and it doesn't make for a good look when you're speaking to somebody. You know what I mean? You start chewing and spitting on people. Well, we don't do that here in our kid. You know, but we all make mistakes, and that's all a part of the growth process. But just been a video about decorum, having positive behavior and standards when we are amongst each other and when we are out there on the line. You know, can't be a nigga. Don't want to be a nigga, man. And this world ain't got nothing to offer us, man. You know what I mean? This place, their behavior, look where it's got them. That kind of behavior, now the world is a shithole now, man. You know? And we're held up to a higher standard. So I just wanted to bring that out. I hope brothers are edified. It's been a quick in transit. To the next time, I say shalom.